The Ballista is the third sniper rifle you unlock in Black Ops 2 at level 43. It has the fastest handling characteristics in the class, making it well suited for medium to long range engagements, with a strong focus on the medium range. However, you still have to be ready for every engagement, because assault rifles and submachine guns will beat you in a fight when neither party is ready. I found that the suppressor took away too much of the Ballista's damage to make the fact that it keeps you off the radar and reduces muzzle flash worth it. I got a lot of hit markers unless I was specifically aiming for the head, but often you don't have the time to line up a headshot, and you rarely can shoot twice at one enemy before you are dead. The standard scope for the Ballista is good, as it provides a level of magnification that fits the Ballista. So I didn't find the zoom attachment very useful, because the lower zoom level had too little magnification and the higher zoom level had too much. I didn't like the FMJ attachment, as it isn't really necessary. It increases the penetration of the Ballista, but it does nothing, as instead of shooting through cover you should be shooting over it. I also didn't like the ACOG scope. You can't steady the sight, and a large amount of weapon sway makes it difficult to aim. Extended clip is a good attachment for the Ballista, but since you are closer to the enemies, the problem of long reload times remains, which is the more pressing issue with the Ballista. The laser sight is pointless on the Ballista. The dual band scope is good if you have trouble identifying enemies, as it highlights them. If you have trouble seeing enemies, I suggest you substitute a dual band scope for the ballistic CPU in the final build. The iron sight attachment is more of a showing off attachment rather than being useful for the Ballista. The ballistic CPU reduces the sway of the Ballista whilst you are aiming. This is particularly good for the Ballista, as when you aim quickly the sway is less likely to cause you to miss. Fast mags reduces the time it takes to reload the Ballista, which is important as it lets you be more aggressive since it reduces downtime. When you are changing positions, I strongly suggest you pull out your secondary, because that is going to be much better in a close quarters engagement than the Ballista. I particularly like the Cap 40 since it is automatic. With the Ballista you're going to be on the move a lot. Ghost will keep you off the radar, and Dexterity will help you should you be caught off guard whilst changing position. Because you're going to have to be more defensive, using tactical masks is important, because enemies will try to render you defenseless with tactical equipment. So that is the class setup that I recommend for the Ballista. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.